Visa Center!
Is a must to get there. Hey, it's not true. Not true at all. Because there are programs that IELTS and other English tests are not required.
There are several Filipinos who thinks that immigration is not for them. Pero bago mo sabihin na hindi para sa'yo ang isang bagay, I think you should at least try and understand the process. There are several Filipinos who thinks that immigration is not for them. Pero bago mo sabihin na hindi para sa'yo ang isang bagay, I think you should at least try and understand the process of immigration.
We love the Visa Center!
Is a must to get there. Hey, it's not true. Not true at all. Because there are programs that IELTS and other English tests are not required. You need to have a big amount of money in the bank. Great news! Not all the time. Because there are programs that proof of funds are not mandatory to process your application. It is expensive. False. We have options, and part of it is planning and goal setting.
Here are the basic benefits of becoming a permanent resident in Canada. As a permanent resident, you get to work, study, or do business in Canada. Get access to their universal healthcare. You get the benefit of free education for children up to 18 years old and a highly subsidized secondary education. They also have the Canadian Child Tax benefit, where you get support from the government for raising your children. Unemployment insurance of up to 65%. Social Security and age pension for your retirement. As a permanent resident, you also get to sponsor your family as a temporary or permanent resident. And of course, you have the luxury of traveling to and from Canada from the date that your visa has been granted. Experience the beauty of Canada as a permanent resident. And after accumulating years of living in Canada, you can apply for citizenship and hold a Canadian passport. Well, we all know that the Canadian passport is one of the most powerful passports in the world. Be our next successful client. The Visa Center, shaping a better future.
Okay, so hello guys. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Ayan, sorry po, may mga technical issues earlier. Can you check po sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin bago ang lahat? Can you comment if our Facebook Live is doing okay? Yan, feel free to write in the comment box. And but anyway, welcome to our another episode of the Visa Center Q&A with Fun Games. I'm Zuni Sorsano, and for tonight, yan, special po ang ating pag-uusapan dahil nga again, nakatutok pa rin tayo with our, ayan, may mga comments na tayo, no? From Eden and to Janos. Ayan, sorry. Okay na yung monitor ko. I think the audio is fine, right? Okay, good. All right. So, ito na. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Ayan, sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin, feel free to share our Facebook Live dito sa The Visa Center Q&A with Fun Games. Kasi ngayong gabi po ay special ang ating Facebook Live because we have a special guest. Ayan, isa sa mga school partner natin sa Canada. Kaya if later on, if you have question, lalo na sa mga kababayan natin na talagang they are really planning to start the international student visa application, ito na po yung time nyo that you can ask directly to our special guest. So, just to give you an information, nakasama na natin siya a year ago. Kaya medyo matagal-tagal na natin siya nakasama kasi nga nag-pandemic tayo. But then, malaking maganda yung naging feedback ng Facebook Live natin. It's because ito nga isang kababayan natin ang magre-represent mismo ng Fanshawe College. So standby lang po kayo dyan. And thank you so much guys sa update nyo ha. And maraming salamat po. So we will going to check again ang ating advertisement just to make sure na tumatakbo na ang ating mga clips na sinishare natin dito sa Facebook Live. So let's try watching this one para sa mga kababayan natin for you guys to understand what are the benefits of a student visa in Canada. Let's do this.
Here are the basic benefits of becoming a permanent resident in Canada. As a permanent resident, you get to work, study, or do business in Canada. Get access to their universal healthcare. You get the benefit of free education for children up to 18 years old and a highly subsidized secondary education. They also have the Canadian Child Tax Benefit, where you get support from the government for raising your children. Unemployment insurance of up to 65%. Social Security and age pension for your retirement. As a permanent resident, you also get to sponsor your family as a temporary or permanent resident. And of course, you have the luxury of traveling to and from Canada from the date that your visa has been granted. Experience the beauty of Canada as a permanent resident. And after accumulating years of living in Canada, you can apply for citizenship and hold a Canadian passport. Well, we all know that the Canadian passport is one of the most powerful passports in the world. Be our next successful client. The Visa Center, shaping a better future. Here are some of the amazing benefits of becoming an international student in Canada. Apart from having an internationally recognized qualification, you can work part-time during your study and full-time during semester breaks. Your partner can work unlimited hours as a holder of permanent work permit during your study. Apply for postgraduate work permit after your study and stay in Canada with your family. You may include kids in your application and they can study for free in public schools. As an international student, you gain extra points for your permanent residence application. You and your partner may qualify for permanent residence after only 1 year of full-time work experience. Enjoy the fantastic climate and quality of life in Canada. Know if you are qualified today. The Visa Center, shaping a better future.
Okay, so we are back guys. At ito nakikita na nga natin, medyo maganda na ulit ang ating live streaming. Ayan, thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nag-share na ng ating Facebook Live ngayon. Ayan, good evening sa inyong lahat guys. Especially sa mga viewers natin in the Philippines. We understand it's 10 p.m. na po dyan. Ayan, pero dito kasi sa Dubai, even at 6:08 in the evening, medyo maliwanag pa po kasi nga summer na. Pero syempre, eto na, ipapasukin na natin ang ating special guest. Yan, para po masimulan na natin na mabigyan kayo ng information. Ano nga ba yung mga bago, mga updates, okay, especially sa mga student visa nila na nasa Canada ngayon. But before that, eto na, may mga questions na dito from Yunus. Yan, may mga question na, for example, ano ang pwedeng program sa akin? I'm 51 years old, staff nurse in Kuwait for 15 years, and she is saying that she's a Filipina. So, alamin natin yan kasi nga, alam naman natin kapag student visa, medyo pagdating sa qualifications, medyo maluwag siya ng konti, unlike with permanent residency. And sinasabi niya, pwede ba ang PGWP? Yan. So, ilan yan sa mga topic na pag-uusapan natin. Kaya Miss Yunus, standby ka kasi nga, makukuha natin yung first-hand information from our guest tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, para sa mga viewers natin, joining me tonight, we have Miss Francheska Raña, the International Education Advisor of Fanshawe College. Yan, she's actually based now in the Philippines. So, Miss Ina, good evening po.
Hi, good evening, and good evening sa lahat ng mga nandito sa Philippines, and good evening pa rin pala for those who are tuning in sa Dubai.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Miss Ina, una sa lahat, maraming salamat syempre sa pag-join sa ating Facebook Live ngayon. And I believe some of our viewers, no, kasi nga medyo maaga pa dito sa Dubai, maybe some of them are still on, biyahe pa pauwi ng kanilang mga bahay. So definitely, if makahabol sila later on, they can watch this Facebook Live. So, ang unang tanong lang muna natin before your presentation. So ito nga, marami pa din naman marami kami nakukuhang inquiries for international student visa to Canada. Now, just any update po when it comes to, let's say, opening of border, may mga student na ba kayo from, let's say, from other country na pumapasok na sa Canada, or ano yung mga changes muna na binago ng Fanshawe in support to all of their international students coming from other country?
Okay, so medyo matagal na din tayo nakapag-usap sa last webinar natin. And during that time, parang close pa talaga yung border. But last year, we reopened the borders parang towards the last part of the year and exempted na yung mga international students if they will come to Canada. That's one good achievement. Since medyo dumami na rin na-control na sobra yung cases and available na rin yung COVID-19 vaccine in Canada. In terms of our school, we also deliver programs in two methods. First is fully online. So that means wala ka talagang face-to-face classes. And then we also have the blended type of delivery, which is a mix of face-to-face and online classes. So whenever you have a face-to-face class, that's the only time you can go to the campus. Kasi meron kang self-declaration form, and then diretso ka lang talaga dun sa lab ninyo or sa classroom ninyo, and then afterwards, you have to go out. Because even us, our staff in Canada, remote work pa rin talaga sila. And another update that I can share is the 14-day quarantine. That is a mandate for all travelers. So yung international students, even their spouse and kids, if they're traveling with their family, they have to do the 14-day quarantine. And likewise, we provide assistance to students for the quarantine that I will discuss later during my presentation.
Okay. All right. So ito na sa mga viewers natin dyan, I'm very excited na to know kung ano yung presentation na isi-share sa atin ni Miss Ina. So to everyone who are watching right now, nakikita natin na there are a couple of questions already about international student visa to Canada. Kaya guys, feel free, just write down po sa ating comment box para bibigyan natin ng highlight yan mamaya para kay Miss Ina. So Miss Ina, if you're ready with your presentation, ayan, pwede mo na pong i-set up. So habang binabasa natin dito kasi may mga tanong sila about kailangan ba ng full tuition fee payment, kailangan ba ng IELTS, kailangan ba ng proof of funds and all, pati yung age, ayan, pag-uusapan natin yan later on.
All right. I'm not sure if you can see my screen.
Okay, ito. We'll add that. All right. There you go.
Okay, all right. So again, my name is Ina, and I'm the International Education Advisor of Fanshawe College for the Philippines. So to start, Fanshawe College is located in London, Ontario, which is 2 hours away from Toronto Airport, which is the main entry point for our students. We understand that not many of our international students would have family members or friends who can pick them up in the airport. So we provide an arrival service transportation and program to our students that I will discuss later. In terms of our student population, we have 22,000 full-time students and 7,500 of them are international, representing 104 different countries. So a lot of the Filipinos that I am in contact with whenever they will travel to Canada and mag-start na sila ng program, they are kind of worried if baka wala silang kakilala or walang fellow kababayan na meet sa Fanshawe College. Do not be afraid kasi in Fanshawe, in the international student population, the Philippines is ranked second. So, wow. Second yung Philippines, pinakamadami students in Fanshawe College. So, most likely you will meet a fellow Filipino in your program. Luckily, you might be in the same class as a fellow Filipino, or anywhere in London, medyo established na rin talaga yung Filipino community. And in terms of how we deliver our programs, we do practice experiential learning to develop the knowledge and skills needed by the industry. So even before we start creating the program, we get the comments and the side of the industry partner just so we can know kung ano yung mga skills, ano yung knowledge, yung new information, yung systems, and yung mga technologies na ginagamit nila in the industry so that we can incorporate it in our program. And in the experiential learning, hindi siya fully hindi siya puro lectures, hindi siya puro readings, but it's more of hands-on learning talaga. And also that's the reason why most of our programs would have placements and co-op. So just to give you a brief description about placements and co-op. Placements are sila yung medyo mas shorter in terms of duration, usually hours or weeks spent in one semester, so that you can complete your placement in that program. And generally, placements are not paid, but it will depend on the company or the organization that you're in if they will provide you an allowance. Co-op or cooperative education, on the other hand, is longer. The minimum is 4 months, the maximum is 8 months. And unlike placements, co-op or cooperative education are paid. Normally, it's higher than minimum wage. And some companies even provide the entry-level salary of their company sa mga students nila na nasa co-op or that are hired through co-op. So if you will be recommended to a program that has a co-op or placement, or if you can check out our website and you're into a program tas meron silang placements in co-op, I would really recommend you to take that program kasi 87% of our students who are in a co-op program are hired from the same company after graduation na nag-co-op sila. So that's really promising, and we really want our students to get that first-hand experience. And advantage na rin yun talaga sa kanila when they go out in the field and when they start looking for a job. And I know for sure that many of you who are viewing this webinar and live stream, you want to land a job after graduation. So we're just happy to say that last 2019, Fanshawe College ranked first in the whole province of Ontario with 90.3 graduate employment rate. So that means our students within 6 months after graduation, they are hired already. So that just resonates with that our programs, and most especially our student services, are really focused to make sure that you're job ready by the time you finish your program. And in terms of programs naman, marami na nagtatanong for sure kung anong programs yung pwede sa kanila. So in Fanshawe, we do provide a variety of programs for all of our international students, especially Filipinos. So we have 17 areas of study. So most likely yung area of interest ninyo would be offered in Fanshawe College. So just to name yung mga popular programs of Filipino students, aviation, business, community studies and education, kasama dito yung early childhood and social services worker, construction and trades, culinary arts, health sciences, IT, nursing, science and engineering, tourism, hospitality, and transportation. And also in Fanshawe College, you can finish different types of credentials. So we have 4-year degree programs. We have post-secondary certificate na 1 year, post-secondary diploma na 2 years, advanced diploma is 3 years, while graduate certificate programs are offered to either 1 year or 2 years. And I know then na among Filipinos, we have different types of credentials. Meron tayong mga Filipino students na grade 10 yung natapos at nagtrabaho na, and they want to come back to Canada. And then yung iba naman may master's and PhD na, and meron din talaga na senior high school pa lang, gusto nila lang mag-study in Canada for their degree or post-secondary program. So with the credentials that we normally receive from Filipino students, I've broken it down to 3 categories. And there you will see what type of program you can study, what type of credential, and also what would be the postgraduate opportunities for you. So the first category would be high school graduates. Madami na din talaga yung mga students na ganito kasi after grade 10, after high school, they decided to go abroad and work. Tapos gusto nilang pumuntang Canada for greener pastures. So for you, if you're part of this category, we can accept you in Fanshawe, but you have to take 1 year general arts and science before you can continue to any 1 to 3 year
Oh, okay.
post-secondary program. Yes. So technically, yung general arts and science, yun yung magko-compensate sa missing grades 11 and 12 and normal college degrees that we get from international students. So,
Okay,
meron ng
Sheila,
mga students
oh,
tapos nito.
ikat natin to. No? So, yung sinasabi nyo dito, yung grade 10, kasi syempre, lalo na sa mga expats na nanonood sa atin ngayon, marami ang hindi na kasi nakaabot ng bagong curriculum sa Pilipinas na K-12. So, sinasabi natin dito, lahat ng mga high school graduate noon, yung mga kabatch ko, yung mga kapanahonan ko, they wanted
Ako din.
to... Oo, kasi wala pang K-12 that time eh. So, ito guys, yung malinaw na explanation pala is they have to take itong 1 year na general arts and science na course bago sila mag-proceed with 1 to 3 years na post-secondary program nyo. Pero yung question ko muna dito, para lang hindi mawala sa isip ko, if ever ba, since nandun na sila to take that course, they have to apply for another, let's say pag nag-take na sila ng yung mga courses na available na sa inyo, just to compensate yung high school level nila to align with Canadian study level, pwede ba nilang ituloy-tuloy ang kanilang visa dyan sa Canada, or do you have to apply another one after they graduated from this program?
Actually, in the initial application, pwede na kaming magdagdag ng second program. So, parang 1+1 na yung mangyayari. So, 1 year general arts and science, pwede na namin ilagay yung post-secondary program if meron na silang choice para at least mas maganda yung SOP nila kasi mas planado kasi yung in terms of study plan. And also, when you apply for visa using that LOA na meron ng dalawang program, covered na niya yung dalawang program pag na-approve siya. So, hindi ko na kailangan mag-extend in Canada.
Okay, good. All right, continue. Thank you po.
Yeah. So, many of our students, meron talaga na grade 10 lang yung natapos nila. Basta wala kayong college diploma or degree, you fall under this category. And the second category, which I think applies to most of us, yung iba may master's degree na or master's credit, yung iba may PhD. So for this category, technically any program in Fanshawe, be it post-secondary or postgraduate, you can apply. Based na lang siya sa interest mo for sure. And the last category will be K-12 graduate. So yung mga matatapos pa lang ng grade 12, meron nga kaming student before na grade 11 pa lang gusto na ng parents niya mag-study in Canada. So we have those inquiries. So for K-12 graduates, since you have grades 11 and 12 already or senior high school, you can proceed directly to any 1 to 3 year post-secondary program without taking the general arts and science. If you want to study a 4-year degree, we have several degree programs with in Fanshawe College as well. So regardless of the credentials that you have and the program that you will study in Fanshawe, as long as it's a full-time program and it's offered to international students, if you study a 1-year program, you get a 1-year post-graduation work permit or PGWP. And if you study at least a 2-year program, you will get up to 3-year post-graduation work permit. Even our postgraduate courses, like ng mga 1 year lang, para siyang general arts and science, pwede kami mag 1+1. We'll put that in your LOA. Para matapos mo yung 2 1-year programs, you will still be eligible to up to 3-year post-graduation work permit. So why is Fanshawe providing this type of opportunity? Because Fanshawe College is a designated learning institution in Canada. So all of the courses, all of the programs that you will study in Fanshawe as an international student will be eligible for a post-graduation work permit. Even our preparatory courses like general arts and science, pre-health, pre-media, it's eligible for a post-graduation work permit. Kasi may ibang mga students na bakit ba ako magdadagdag ng general arts and science? Sayang siya sa pera. Pero hindi. All of the investments that you've made to your studies in Fanshawe will not be put to waste because it's eligible for a post-graduation work permit of either 1 year to a maximum of 3 years. So I hope this one would really help you clear out yung hesitations of studying abroad kasi ito lang yung credential ko as of the moment. But in terms of program recommendation, I would be very happy or I would recommend you to book an appointment with the visa center so that they can check your credentials and also find the right program na pwede sa iyo kasi they will also see yung alignment niya and relevance niya dun sa mga work experience mo para na rin siya for the visa application. So in terms of the student services naman that we have, so before you come to Canada, during application, choosing a program, paying your tuition fee until pre-departure, I, together with the Visa Center, will be there to help you. But once that you land in Canada, we have the Fanshawe Cares Arrival Service Program, and this is free for all of our international students. So before the pandemic, the service includes airport greeting, shuttle from Toronto to London, and 2 nights hotel accommodation. But since meron na nga tayong policy of 14-day quarantine that is required for all travelers coming to Canada, medyo iniba din namin for it to be aligned sa requirements ng Canadian government. So we cannot provide airport greeting, but after you finish your 3-day quarantine in a government-approved hotel, we will provide transportation for you. And if ever you are bringing your family, we can provide transportation for your whole family from that hotel to your secondary quarantine location wherein you will continue the 11 days. And in the 11 days, wala kaming free 2 nights hotel accommodation, but we have partnered with several hotels in London and also one in Mississauga to give you a discounted rate for as low as 800 to a maximum of 1,400 CAD for the whole 11 days na siya. So medyo bargain talaga yung ginawa namin, and we know na this is an additional expense that is required to be shouldered by the student. So we really want you to make sure that you are following the rules for quarantine. And every day during your 11-day or 14-day quarantine, we do check-ins just to make sure that you're feeling well, wala kang na-develop the symptoms. Kung for sure jet lag ka at this time, so we can help you get over your jet lag, and also just to check if you're adjusting fairly well when you are in Canada. And as an international student, wherever you are, which country are you from, you're part of the International Center family. And we have a team dedicated for you to help you with any program, admission, and student immigration-related concerns. So for the student immigration-related concerns, for example, you want to apply for an extension of your study permit, meron kang questions about your PJWP eligibility, meron kang questions sa study permit na nakuha mo sa airport, and for example, if you want to apply for a second program or you want to change a program, you can book an appointment with any staff in the International Center and they can help you. And in terms of academic assistance naman, we have the Learning Center. So that includes the library and our academic advisors and tutors as well. And in your program, meron kayo sari-sariling program coordinator and academic advisors. So itong mga taong to, sila yung may alam ng buong program. They know the ins and outs of the program because they are the ones who created it. So for example, you're having troubles with your subject, you can easily contact them, or you want to shift to another program pero same field, and gusto mo itanong kung credit ba yung previous courses ko last semester sa new program ko, so they can answer your questions. And for example, meron hindi mo mahagilap yung professor mo, you're having a hard time to reach out to that professor, and they can help you with that one. So all of academic assistance we provide to students, especially if you're having troubles with your courses. And also, we provide scholarship and bursaries to our students that would range from 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars and are usually merit-based. So this means you need to finish at least one semester before you can apply for a scholarship. because again, it's merit-based, so you have to meet the grade requirement, and it's fairly competitive. And I think okay din to excel on your studies kasi madami ako nakikita for last semester, mga dean's listers yung mga Filipino students. So that's really nice. They can apply for scholarship. And since hindi naman siya ganun kalaki and merit-based siya, some scholarship, depending on their terms and conditions, it can be combined. So pwedeng ma-awardan ka ng dalawang scholarship, isang 1,500, isang 1,000. So if the terms and conditions says it can be combined with another scholarship, then you can avail of that one. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-decide between the two. And last but not the least, we are very proud to say that our Career and Employment Service Center is top-notch in terms of providing a one-stop shop access to everything about employment and job readiness in Canada. As early as days before the start of class, we hold a workshop for international students who will start their program, and we will help them create the Canadian resume. We will help them prepare for their interviews. We'll also share several experiences of students doing their part-time, how they trying to balance it with their studies, and also yung mga students namin na nag-full-time job na. And we also have a panel of employers so that you will be aware of what are their expectations for part-time job applicants, and also ano yung mga needed na skills nila for their future employees. And for the tuition fee and living expenses, which is very important for everyone to know, program tuition and fees in Fanshawe for 1 year or 2 semesters would range from 16,000 to 18,000 Canadian dollars. So many questions, ang nakukuha ko if kailangan babayaran yung buong program or buong tuition fee ng program, or kung 1 year siya or 2 years. So in Fanshawe College, so that you can officially start your program, you only need to pay the 1 semester tuition fee. So the remaining semesters, it can be paid in Canada na. And your tuition fee, if ever you're taking any program in London, it includes a bus pass. So yung student card mo, if for those of you who are living in Metro Manila and Cebu, you would probably know the beep card. So you just need to tap it every time you ride the bus, and it's free of charge, 24/7, even on holidays and weekends. So that will save you a lot of money in terms of living expenses kasi majority of your transportation will be covered by your tuition fee already. So hindi mo na kailangan isipin yun. And you're not only using the bus going to your campus for your classes, but you're using the bus going to your part-time job, to the grocery, to the mall, or spending some time with your friends. So makakatulong talaga siya in terms of savings and living expenses. And also, your tuition fee is inclusive of medical insurance. So that covers hospitalization if ever you get admitted, medical procedures, medical consultations, dental and vision. And right now, our international students would have access to COVID-19 vaccine. And if ever man, by any chance, kailangan mo siyang bayaran, we can reimburse that through our insurance. And in terms of accommodation naman, off-campus housing, which is very popular among international students kasi mas flexible siya and it's way cheaper than in-campus residence. You can expect to spend around 6,000 to 8,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year. So if you want a monthly range, you can see as low as 380 to 450 CAD per month. That's inclusive of rent, utilities, and Wi-Fi already. And London City is actually 40% more affordable as compared to other cities in Greater Toronto area in terms of accommodation and living expenses. And that's also probably the reason why many Filipino students choose to start their new life in Canada in London City, because of the accommodation and living expenses na very cheap and very practical in any sense. And for books and other expenses naman, it's not part of the tuition fee that you paid for, but it will depend on your program. So for example, you're into baking and pastry, so hindi ka masyado bibili ng books, but you have to purchase a uniform that you will use, of course, in the kitchen. So it will depend on your program, but again, it's not part of the tuition fee that initially paid to Fanshawe College. And for application requirements naman, right now we're currently accepting applications for January May and September 2022 intake. So if you think that you want to start your application already, please book an appointment with the Visa Center so that they can start your application. And these are the minimum requirements that we need from you. If the Visa Center will ask for more documents, they need it for their reference and also for the visa filing. But to get an LOA in Fanshawe College, if you're going to apply for a post-secondary program, we need your high school and college transcripts and diploma. If wala na kayong diploma, probably a certification from the school or sa DepEd regional office that you have graduated from this specific school if wala na talagang diploma, and your passport. If ever naman you're going to apply for a graduate certificate program, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-submit ng high school documents because your college transcripts and diploma and the passports will do. And again, Fanshawe College does not require IELTS or any English test or certificate for Filipino students during application, except if you're going to apply for pharmacy technician and physiotherapist, OT, physiotherapist assistant program. So, ito lang talaga yung dalawang programs na kailangan ng IELTS for Filipino students in Fanshawe. Other programs like aviation, business, other healthcare programs like PSW, dental assisting, dental hygiene, healthcare management, gerontology, hospitality, name it, any other programs except these two, hindi sila nag-require ng IELTS or any English test or MOI, hindi naman siya kailangan to process your requirement, to process your application. And if ever naman you have an IELTS test because you previously took the test, you have a chance to get our English scholarship that is offered exclusively for Filipino students. So if you meet the grade requirement here, together with the first semester GPA, we'll rank it accordingly and you will get either 1,000 or 1,500 Canadian dollars. It will be awarded to you during your second semester. So this is for the students who took the IELTS test and meron na kayo before the start of class. Pero kung wala naman, okay lang, we can still accept you in Fanshawe and we can give you your letter of acceptance in a matter of 1 day, siguro maximum na yung 4 working days. So mabilis din talaga kami mag-process na application. And there, so if you want to know more about Fanshawe College, feel free to check out our website. It's fanshawec.ca. All of the information are there already. The tuition fee is posted there per program, yung mga courses that you will take for each semester, career opportunities for you for each program, it's already posted in our website. And also, you are free to check out our social media pages in Facebook and in YouTube, Fanshawe International. And in our YouTube channel, we have pre-recorded sessions to mga previous virtual open houses namin per program for international students. So, if ever nalaman niyo na kung ano yung program na fit for you, feel free to check our virtual open house recorded sessions para mas maintindihan niyo yung program and mas matulungan kayo makapag-prepare before you can start your program in Fanshawe College. So that's it. That's the end of my presentation, and I think I'm now open for questions.
Okay. Ayan, Miss Ina, thank you so much for your presentation. So, especially sa mga viewers natin, I think napakalinaw ng ating presentation today. Of course, naintindihan natin from yung situation na kung saan wala ka pa sa Canada hanggang sa ano yung support na ibibigay sa iyo ng Fanshawe College until doon ka na mismo sa Canada na nag-aaral at ano pa yung support na kaya nilang ibigay. So, guys, if you have question, feel free to write down in the comment box. Yan, para po masagutan natin maya-maya. So, ito, Miss Ina, I have some clarifications muna with your presentation kanina. Number one, kasi pinag-usapan natin kanina yung tawag nito na yung wala ng IELTS yan para sa mga Filipino students except yung dalawang courses na binabanggit mo kanina. Next yan na tanong kasi ng mga tao is, for sure they're very happy about that announcement na walang IELTS. Yan, pero yung sa question kasi minention mo kanina na they just have to pay for the first semester lang. Yan ng tawag nito ng kailang tuition. Pero can you give us, let's say, yung average na amount nun? Kasi parang lumalabas kanina kasi for 1-year course, ang tuition nyo nag-range sa maximum of 18,000 per year. Pero nasa average magkano yung tuition fee ng first semester lang?
So normally for post-secondary programs, the certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, it can range from about 7 to 8,000 Canadian dollars. For the graduate certificate naman, usually 8 to 9,000 per semester.
Okay. Ayan. Thank you so much. And kanina na-mention mo rin tungkol doon sa sa tawag nito sa mga school credentials na basic na hinihingi ng Fanshawe. So this is good news to our viewers, lalo na yung ilang mga naging clients na namin na mga high school graduate. So ito po, this very clear na you are actually eligible na pwede na kayo mag-start ng inyong application with Fanshawe College. Pero yung tanong natin, sa start ba ng application nila, kasi siyempre lalo na yung mga OFW wala sa Pilipinas, since you are requiring yung kanilang diplomas, do they have to submit ba yung, let's say, yung certified copy mismo ng kanilang diploma, or a scanned copy is fine for now? Just to start yung application sa enrollment. Yeah.
So actually, kailangan lang namin ng scanned copy. Basta clear copy siya. Hindi na kailangan ng red ribbon, hindi na kailangan ng West certification. So a clear scanned copy of your documents will do. Because we know na, especially during the pandemic, yung mga schools din talaga, medyo wala silang pasok mostly, and medyo matagal yung request ng documents. So scanned copy lang talaga.
Alright. Okay, and do we have a comment na from, may age limit ba ang program nyo? Ayan, kasi kanina, ito nga nababanggit natin, may mga nag-comment na kanina, they are 51 years old. So when it comes to age, alam naman natin, wala talagang age ang education. Everybody are entitled to gain more knowledge, di ba? Lalo na ngayon, ang dami ng mga bagong mga courses na kakailanganin, syempre, ng mga Pilipino for them to adapt with the new generation of technologies na meron tayo. Pero when it comes to age, ano po ba yung dito, yung rules na binibigay nyo from Fanshawe?
Actually, for Fanshawe, we don't have an age limit in accepting students. Meron kaming mga students 51, 52. I think the eldest would be 52 years old. So we can accept you in the program. Medyo tricky lang talaga yung visa application. So kailangan maging strong talaga yung statement of purpose and documents mo when you lodge the visa. But if it's possible for you to study, even if you are a mature student, yes, very possible talaga siya.
Mm-hmm. Okay, balikan ko kanina yung discussion natin regarding with yung mga K-10 na graduate na mga high school na gustong mag-aral sa Fanshawe dyan sa Canada. Kasi sinasabi natin kanina, so for them to align yung kanilang educational attainment with high school level category ng Canada, so they have to take yung 1 year na general arts and science. Okay, bago nila i-take yung another one, which is yung sinasabi natin kanina na 1+1. So the main question is, for the tuition fee na pinag-uusapan natin, kailangan niya na bang bayaran? May difference? Babayaran niya lang ba muna yung 1 year general arts and science, or later on na lang yung +1 na yon?
Okay. So, actually, first semester tuition fee of the first program lang yung kailangan yung bayaran. Even for the tuition fee deposit, kahit dalawa yung programs na nalagay sa LOA mo, first semester or first program na yung kailangan namin makuha from you. So, first semester, first program na tuition fee deposit, yun lang yung kailangan yung bayaran after issuance of the LOA. And for you to be officially enrolled in Fanshawe, first semester tuition fee of the first program. So, if this case, around 8,000 Canadian dollars na yung kailangan mo muna ilabas.
Okay, that's good. All right. So we have here a question from our viewers. Si Choki, sabi niya, if under aviation po ba ilang years yung program?
Okay,
and how
so
long?
for aviation, yes. And how long yung PGWP ba to?
Yes.
Okay, so for aviation programs, we have 2-year programs and 3-year programs. And with that, since 2 years and 3 years yung program mo, you're eligible to the 3-year post-graduation work permit.
Mhm. Okay, so ito, follow-up question from Choke. Sabi niya, meron na pong diploma.
Okay. I'm not sure kung ano
And
yung
is it
context ng
connected
question.
with aviation?
Okay.
Okay.
So, yung mga education programs namin, diploma siya and advanced diploma. So, wala kasi, kung gusto mo mag-credit, i-credit namin yung subjects mo previously to Canada, I don't think it's possible. So, you might need to study it again. Pero, ang kagandahan din kasi ng if you will study it again, iba kasi yung industry ng airlines in Canada and aviation in Canada. So, mas okay din na malaman mo yung fundamentals and how they are doing it in Canada. And of course, gusto mo nating makuha yung 3-year post-graduation work permit. So, if i-credit kasi siya, technically, mababawasan yung course mo for that semester. So, baka hindi ka maging full-time student for that specific semester. So, medyo baka may issue siya in terms of your post-graduation work permit.
Okay. Yeah. And I have one question here from Yunus kanina. Parang she's talking about passport. So we understand naman kasi no, ang basic information po na dapat yung maintindihan when it comes to passport na connected sa traveling is that kailangan talaga na mayroong at least 6 months validity pa for you na i-allow ka ng immigration officer in the Philippines to fly. So ang sinasabi niya kasi dito na parang yung passport niya is about to expire next year. Kailangan how about dito sa application nila if they wanted to start ang kanilang application for student visa to Fanshawe? Do you have any rules about passport expirations and all?
So, well, we just need it for verification, yung passport ninyo. When you're issued at LOA, hindi naman nakalagay din yung passport number or passport details mo. Just make sure that it's valid when you lodge your application sa amin to get the letter of acceptance. But if you're going to apply for the visa application, dapat updated na yung passport mo. Kasi yun yung tatatakan ng visa officer pag na-approve yung visa. So, better na bago yung passport mo bago ka mag-lodge ng visa application.
Oh, I agree. Kasi di ba baka mamaya, parang ilang buwan na lang, expire na yung passport mo, nakadikit yung visa, medyo mahirap na yun.
And for our students din kasi, based dun sa experience ng students namin, the validity of your passport the validity of your study permit will also depend on your passport. They cannot issue a longer study permit kung yung passport mo ay mag-expire next year. So better talaga na kung nasa Philippines ka, 10-year passport na yung ibigay mo.
Yes, oo. Ayun. So alam naman natin ngayon ang mga nire-release ng mga bagong passport na ngayon is naka 10 years na yung validity niya. So kaya dito ka natutuwa ako sa mga ilang friends. So kailangan pa na kumuha ka ng mag-renew ka ng passport mo. Kailangan maganda yung picture mo dahil 10 years mo siyang dadalhin.
Saka mahirap din kasi mas mahabang process pag sa Canada ka pa mag-renew.
Mag-renew. Okay. Alright. So dito may question si Randy Flores. Ayan, sinasabi niya, credited po ba ang engineering subjects from Pinas to Canada? So when it comes to, let's say, yung mga subjects ng mga Filipino na nasa Pilipinas nag-aral.
Okay, so this is actually a good question, but unfortunately, we don't have any credit transfer agreement to any Filipino school and even other schools. So hindi pwede ma-credit, so you have to take those courses again. And like I said kanina, if ever kasi ma-credit siya, mababawasan yung subjects mo for that semester. So baka magka-issue siya in terms of your PGWP eligibility and yung status study permit mo.
Kasi parang naiintindihan ko yung question natin ni Randy. Normally kasi di ba pa nag-transfer ka ng mga universities, for example in the Philippines, may ibang mga subjects ka before na naka-credit na, so hindi mo na kailangan i-retake. So good thing na ito na nalinawan tayo ni Miss Ina na it might going to affect yung application later on for PGWP. So Miss Ina, dagdagan lang natin ng dagdag linaw lang sa PGWP para sa mga new tuners natin for them to understand ano nga ba yung PGWP at gaano kahalaga ito para sa mga international student visa natin?
Okay, so for the post-graduation work permit that we provide, well, the Canadian government provides to international students, if ever you are looking for an employer that can sponsor you for a work permit so that you can stay longer in Canada, that's the perfect opportunity for you to look for that employer and land a work permit. Also, if you're going to apply for a PR eventually, you can use that 1 year to 3 years to earn points so that you can be eligible for the PR pathway. And madami na din talagang students ngayon kasi medyo bumaba yung express entry points na kailangan for PR pathways in Canada. So they take advantage of that one. So as a designated learning institution in Canada, Fanshawe College can provide a PGWP eligibility for you if you finish any of our full-time programs.
Okay. So that's good news, guys, no? Kasi siyempre, until sa PGWP, nakasupport pa rin ang Fanshawe College sa inyo. So parang, alam mo dito ko nakikita, no? Para sa mga Filipino viewers natin, parang if you are going to start kasi yung journey mo sa Canada with Fanshawe College, parang yung support is, siyempre, from the Visa Center, sa tulong ng Visa Center to help you to process your applications, nakatutok talaga yung yung support ng school sa lahat ng mga students natin. So nakikita natin that despite of the situation na meron tayo ngayon, you have the option to take the course online. Ayan. And at the same time, that's also a perfect time for you to, let's say, start processing yung mga independence mo na pumasok din under your student visa para at least sabay-sabay na kayong pumunta doon nga sa Canada. So now, ito siguro yung last question ko na lang, Miss Ina. How long will it be approved? Because at present, I'm still working here in Kuwait as staff nurse in maternity. So, yun nga, normally gaano ba katagal yung kakailanganin nila? Kasi we understand for expats, siyempre may work pa ako. If I'm going to start my application na, baka mamaya ma-approve na agad yan. So, pag na-approve ba, until when am I allowed to, let's say, to use yung approved student visa ko?
Okay. So, in terms of approval, actually, two process yan. Una, mag-apply ka muna sa school. In terms of letter of acceptance, kaya namin ibigay yung LOA mo in a matter of 24 hours. Maximum na siguro yung 4 working days. So, that's the school application. Once that you get your visa and ready ka na for visa application, yung visa application, depende siya sa countries, pero siguro let's say 3 to 4 months, yun yung visa application period until makuha mo yung results. So, yung validity naman ng visa mo is up until the end ng yung duration ng program mo, which is the same as the date dun sa letter of acceptance na binibigay namin for you. For example, you are for May 2021 intake. May 2022 intake. Okay. Which medyo matagal pa yan. Mga one year from now pa yan. Pero nakuha mo yung visa mo around December of this year kasi maagahan nagpasa, maagahan naka-accept sa school. So, you can use that study permit approval na nakuha mo and yung visa stamp mo anytime from the date of the approval until May or until, for example, kung pupunta ka in the middle of the year, pwede kang pumunta doon. Pero most likely, for January 2022 moving forward, hindi pa natin alam kung anong policy ng government ng Canada. So you might need to be in Canada before the start of your intake. So pwede siya.
Okay. So that's good. So ibig sabihin nito, lalo kay Miss Yunus, no? Ang kagandahan naman kasi nito is marami tayong option na pwede nating i-take. Na kunyari kahit you can start your application now but you have to get yung mga intakes for next year. Kasi siyempre, I understand, siguro medyo matagal-tagal na nga siya nagtatrabaho as a nurse. Medyo importante sa kanya yung nakukuha niya after resignation and also she will have time to prepare, di ba, bago siya lumipat dun sa Canada. So, thank you so much, Yunus Amin Agahajan, ayan, for watching us. Ayan, and I think that's all for now, Miss Ina. Ayan, maraming salamat sa napakalinaw at napakagandang update natin sa lahat ng mga followers ng The Visa Center. Ang isang nakikita ko lang dito, guys, para sa mga audience natin, na what do you call this, na while we are in this situation po, napakaraming option na pwede nyo i-take. katulad kanina, sinasabi natin na ma-approve yung visa mo. If you're not that confident or may takot ka pa to travel, then you can start pa rin yung studies mo online. Ayan, and then later on, once everything is okay na para sa'yo, you can always go to Canada at any time. May pahabol dito si Miss Rose. Sariling gastos po ba para sa pang-araw-araw? Paano po yung about sa work? Kami po ba ang hahanap ng work doon at meron ba kayong list na pwedeng applyan? Okay. Miss Rose, standby po kayo kasi makakasama natin later on si Miss Kay Smith ng The Visa Center Abu Dhabi para po masagot natin ang mga ganyang katanungan. So Ma'am Ina, any last message sa mga viewers natin before you say goodbye po?
Yeah. All right. So thank you for tuning in sa live stream na to, and thank you for the Visa Center for this enjoyable webinar again. So just siguro for those tuning in and gusto mag-study abroad, and especially in Canada for next year, we are accepting applications. I think ang pinakamaganda talaga is to plan ahead kasi madami pa tayong kailangan gawin. Hindi din natin alam kung anong mangyayari in the next few months. So, baka okay na talaga yung industry and yung pandemic, mawala na talaga. So, better to plan ahead. And Canada is always welcoming international students, especially Fanshawe College. If ever you will travel, we'll help you along the way. If ever man mag-change yung policy, will also help you, will provide you options. So, with that, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great week ahead.
All right. Okay, thank you, Miss Ina. Good night. Okay, so yun guys, ang yun ang International Education Advisor of Fanshawe College dyan po sa London, Canada. So nakita naman po natin na super linaw ng explanation ni Miss Ina. Ayan, kaya thank you so much sa lahat po naman na nag-comment sa atin at nakatutok pa din ngayon kasi this time we will understand naman yung other details naman about international student visa. Yan, so I'm sure all of you guys are so excited na makita na ang ating immigration and education consultant. But before that, I think sisingit muna tayo ng isang commercial natin, kasi nga guys, pag-uusapan natin ang student visa. So, para sa mga kakapanood lang sa atin ngayon, and panoorin po natin ano nga ba yung mga benefits ng student visa sa Canada. So, let's asa na yun? Watch this.
Here are some of the amazing benefits of becoming an international student in Canada. Apart from having an internationally recognized qualification, you can work part-time during your study and full-time during semester breaks. Your partner can work unlimited hours as a holder of permanent work permit during your study. Apply for postgraduate work permit after your study and stay in Canada with your family. You may include kids in your application and they can study for free in public schools. As an international student, you gain extra points for your permanent residence application. You and your partner may qualify for permanent residence after only 1 year of full-time work experience. Enjoy the fantastic climate and quality of life in Canada. Know if you are qualified today. The Visa Center, shaping a better future.
Okay, so nagbabalik tayo dito guys sa The Visa Center Q&A with fun games. Ayan, pero for today, kanina lang po na nakausap natin syempre ang isa sa mga school partner natin sa Canada. Yan, ang Fanshawe College. So, just a recap lang guys, lalo na sa mga kakapanood lang ngayon, yan, you can watch it later. Nakikita nyo na yung advantages and yung support na kayang ibigay ng Fanshawe College para sa mga kababayan natin na gusto mag-start na mag-aral doon at the same time, pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon, ano yung mga benefits ng student visa doon. So, I think she's ready now, ladies and gentlemen.